It is 1:44. I'm so caffeine sensitive, but this is still my first cup, so I think it will be okay. Hey friends, what's up? It's Abby. It's been a minute since I made a video, so it feels good to just be in front of the camera again. The script today is quite loose, but the basic structure is me sharing my thoughts on the quarter life crisis, going over my 2024 goals, and what's the last thing? 5 tips that I have for embracing the mundane or the slow periods of your life. Quarter life crisis. I feel like so many people in my life have been going through it. It just feels like a time of uncertainty. I feel like quarter life crisis is synonymous with just feeling a bit lost because you might have just graduated, or you might have, I don't know, just been thrown into a different situation in different social settings than you've been used to. Maybe it's the time when you have done something for a couple of years post-college but didn't feel fulfilled by it, so now you're trying to skirt ways, but that's left you feeling a bit lost. I was journaling the day before I turned 26, and something got typed that I was like, whoa. And that is that professionally, I feel like there is a large gap between where I thought I would be at 26 and where I am. But on a personal level, I feel as if I am further than I ever would have expected, which I attribute to really just embracing my Korean side, which is something I never wanted, never really expected. Just thinking about it is really quite crazy in all of the good ways, and it just feels like a part of me that I don't want to say has made me feel more whole, but maybe like it just has made sense to me in my life that I am learning what I'm learning, and I am so grateful to my roommates and to the people in my life that have really encouraged me to learn more and help me to feel like I can embrace that side of me that I always really shied away from on purpose because it made me feel different. And when you're younger, anything that makes you feel different feels synonymous with being bad, and that's something I've really tried to shift this year and learning how to train my brain to think like that. Another thing during this quarter life crisis era is, like, my friend told me this earlier last year, your timeline is not linear, and for me that's been so helpful because in my head I'm like, I do this, that gets to this and gets to this, but in reality it probably looks like this, and success at different stages of your life will probably look differently as well as be defined differently. Watching that video of me at 19, I'm actually pretty proud and happy that I was leaning so much on my faith, because that's still something today that has grown even more important to me. Part of that is realizing that I'm just one small piece of a larger puzzle, which kind of sounds cheesy, but it's so true. For instance, this season of my life, I only know right now. I don't know how it's going to affect my future self, how it's going to affect those around me. If there's one thing, I feel like struggling with something, even though it sucks and in the moment is so hard, it helps you to actually be able to relate to people and have real empathy because you've actually gone through a situation. Let's review some 2024 goals. I don't know if this is a good idea. First one was to get a full-time job by the end of January, which I keep changing just month by month as it doesn't happen. But I have been trying and interviewing, and it's just a little hard out there. I don't know if you guys also feel that. Number 2 was to grow my YouTube channel and focus on long-form content. I have not done that, but here we are trying to get back at it because I do really enjoy long-form. I think it's fun to be able to look back. Whether it's just documenting for myself at this point, I'm here for it. Grow my climate club friends, which I did start and I have been working on. Finding a routine to create consistent content has always been a bit of a struggle, but it started. So that's the first step. Create healthier habits by reading more, memorizing more, exercising and sleeping consistently, and eating greener. I do feel like I have done a lot of those things. Maybe just not memorized more, but I am ahead of my Goodreads goal right now. Sleeping consistently is very hard for me, so we're taking it a week at a time. Memorize scripture, share the gospel. I have not been doing so great with either of those. I have been reading a lot and praying a lot more. That's something that I can keep working on. And I know some of my friends also want to work on that, so it's something we can do together. I never shared 6. I was gonna share it today, but I actually am feeling a little timid. That's where we are with goals. I just thought I'd do a really quick check-in for myself actually, but those are my goals. If you wanna see more, I'll put the video in one of the cards. I have been in the most slow season of my life, maybe for the past couple of years, which seems really ironic because I'm living in New York City, which is one of the busiest cities. Also, I realize my definition of slow is probably a lot different than other people's definition of slow. I just like change, and that's something that is good to an extent. Routine is also good. One of the things I think is very important is to find gratitude in the everyday. Every day is the same until it's not, and I've said that in the past, but it's so true because things can change so quickly for good or for worse. Even embracing if the things feel monotonous, the monotony will stop at some point. Now is a great time to pick up some of those old hobbies or maybe niche into a hobby that you've had. For me, that might be dance or music or videos. Let yourself hold two feelings at once. This is something my counselor has been going over with me. It's important not to brush away your feelings or feel bad for your feelings. At one time, I can be upset and be frustrated with my circumstance, but I can also at the same time hold hope and find things to be grateful for and excited about. Be kind to yourself, if not for yourself, also for others, because I think it's hard to be kind to others when you are not kind to yourself. You can also use this time to prepare for the future, what that might be. Maybe it's more journaling and reflection. I've also been really liking this Socrates quote. That was kind of random. Still applicable because we can prepare by the future by evaluating the things of the past and things that we like and didn't like and things that we want to incorporate more of. I've been wearing this lipstick almost every day. Emily got it for me when she was in Japan. I just thought I'd share this for my future self. I've never been a lipstick girl, but I like this shade.